guys, thanks for watching Aeolus Defense. So we got a pretty exciting review for you today. I tried to pick the darkest night that we could find. The moon is just a small little sliver. We're in the mountains of Cloudcroft. There's a highway next to us that has some lights, but other than that, there is no other light at all. The stars out here just are incredible. And this is the very darkest night I could find for this test. And tell them what we're gonna test, Mike.
All right, so today we have the Modlite family of systems of weapons lights. We have the OKW and we have the PLHv2 in both the short and long body because there's a difference in the size of the battery. We're also testing the Modlite 18350 3.7 volt battery. So it's the rechargeable ones, the larger, bigger ones are a little bit bigger than a Surefire. So we're using all Modlite stuff. And we're gonna play, and we have ranges from 70 meters out to 300. We're gonna see how they and what they light up.
Yeah, so this is a super dark night tonight, and we already pre-ranged targets from 75 meters all the way to 300 meters because we've heard a bunch of people saying, you know, it can shoot 300 meters, so maybe it can. So what we're gonna do is wait for it to get dark, and then we're gonna test these different ranges to find out what they are. We wanna do all mod lights because I know that these are OKW dual fuels. I chose dual fuel on purpose because I never know when I just need a 1, 2, 3 battery or I need the big mod light battery. I bought 5 extra big mod light batteries to go with them, but just in case you needed 1, 2, 3s, it would work. And so I will even show that with just 1, 2, 3s in there. And then we got the, what is it, PHL or
PLH?
PLH. That one is what they recommend for closer stuff like CQB stuff. So I wanted to get a great representation of, for an LPVO with the OKW, you know, how far could you really engage a target? And then the same thing with an LPVO or just a red dot, how far can we engage a target with just the PLH? And just let you guys see them. So it's not this versus Surefire. It's, hey, which one of these did I want for the system that I used? All right, what's up, guys? So the iPhone light is super bright, but so what we just did was we got the uppers on the rifles and we got all 3 of them, and we shined all of the different areas that we can shine, and we say, you know, we can detect movement very well, but whenever we decided to see if we could detect Mike in full multicam, how far did you get away from me the first time?
So the first time was 175.
Okay.
And then we started walking in from there. So at 175, you couldn't tell unless I was moving.
That's right. Unless Mike was moving at 175, I couldn't see him at all. Now, when he moved, stopped and stood in the open through my LPVO, I could see him. I could absolutely not tell you who he was or whether or not I could shoot him. Like unless I saw muzzle flash shooting at me, I absolutely wouldn't shoot at somebody there because I could not identify.
And to give you reference, it was maybe shin-high grass and there were some bushes behind me. And that was the idea of, I was very much in the open. I wasn't hiding behind anything. I didn't sit down, but I was blocked from behind. So I wouldn't be silhouetted theoretically, but it's just flat. And I'm just walking out there. It's not a flat open field where there's nothing behind me. So I did have a backdrop, but that backdrop wasn't right behind me. I mean, it was 50 yards behind me still.
110 meters was as far as I could say through an LPVO. Now through the naked eye holding the light on him, I could see him, but I couldn't see his hands or any movement, or I could see him move, but I couldn't see his hands. Now, when I put the LPVO, the Vortex Razor 1 to 10, and had it on 6 and 10 power, I could see. Now, I could not say that was so-and-so, but I could see that was a person, and I could see their hands, whether or not they had a weapon.
If you were holding something like this.
So, yeah. And we tried both of them, the PLH and the OKW, and my thought on the PLH and the OKW is the OKW throws a bigger spread, but to the effective range that they can do, I know this isn't popular opinion, and I'm sorry, I love the mod light. Get this, I will have mod lights on my guns because I like them. They're way brighter than the Surefires. We just tried that too. They're way brighter. But 110 yards, 120 maybe is the effective range of me being able to identify my target, which is better than any other light that I've seen so far. I will be happy to test any light that you guys want us to test, but out here in the mountains, 8,500 foot elevation, you know, pitch black, 110, 120 is about all I can see.
So when I was just standing still and was like, okay, hey Trey, I'm over here. As soon as he clicked that light on, I knew exactly where he was, regardless if he was pointing at me or not. So not only could you see the beam, but it just showed up as as a spot. There's no way of shading that or pointing it like a laser. I just immediately knew where you were. So at every distance, and I could go, yep, there he is. And I could have shot at you. I'd have been just aiming for your light, which is pretty close to your body, and that'd have been the end of it.
That's right. So if you are in a position where you don't want somebody to know you're there, but you're looking for somebody, white light is not the answer for that.
Yeah.
Because you are done. All right. So let's see if we can do a little bit of shining test. I'll just tell you right now, there's 3 of us out here. The OKW dual fuel on the short body and the long body. For us, we're saying it's the exact amount of light.
There was no difference.
There was no difference. So what we're going to show you right now is the OKW dual fuel and the PLH.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we'll show you the difference in both of them right here. So this starting right now is the OKW. That's the OKW. That right there is all 110 meters away. Mike, go ahead. That right there that's the PLH. And here they are both together, so you can see that the OKW has a little tighter beam. But overall, in the effective range of this, we can see them both very well. Now let's turn right here to 300. 300 is on top of this mountain. Now, I heard a lot of guys say they were at 300, and I'm not saying that on a flat range, shooting at steel or a different area, you may not be able to see them. But I am saying in the mountains, at 8,500 foot on a dark night, here's what I see at 300. 300 is right up there. I can see 300. I can see movement. When I put my LPVO on it, I cannot see anything up there really in any detail.
Yeah, I think if the target was incredibly silhouetted, that you'd be able to
white
see
or something,
yeah,
I think I might be able to hit
it would
that.
shine off and you'd see it.
Because I think when I'm looking up there now, Mike, through the LPVO, that tallest tree bush, I could probably shoot that tallest tree bush if it was a target, but it would have to be silhouetted.
Yeah.
So go ahead and shine the PLH up there. Now this is where it goes different. So that's the PLH,
Yeah,
and then here's the
blends
OKW,
Yeah, that blends
where
in.
it does better at that further distance. So I really enjoy both of these mod lights. I like them both. I will probably always buy the OKW dual fuel now.
Absolutely.
And out here in the mountains where we are, I'm going to say 125 is about all that I can effectively say this works. Now I can detect movement at 300.
I can see a car, if something was a campsite or anything bigger, I would be able to see it, but I wouldn't, okay, there's something.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to tell what it is. You wouldn't be able to make an ethical shot on it.
No.
But
I could detect movement. So if I thought there was something out here, hey, maybe it's not a person and maybe this isn't self-defense, maybe it's a bear. Well, then cool. I would look for this, and I think we'd be able to see a bear moving if it was silhouetted out there. But so in the mountains, I'm gonna call this one a 125 meter effective, but amazing because it's better than anything else we've used so far. By far. If you guys have something else you want us to use, let us know in the comments, and we'll try it out up here because I think it's important. I like them both. I would choose the OKW dual fuel. Anyway, guys. Thanks for watching Aeolus Defense. I hope you can see this well enough. I hope this is a good video for you. Appreciate you. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications. Stay tuned.